So I just delete the actual one that goes to like YouTube, and then I just edit and upload the recorded one.
Cool.
Which is a lot easier, I'm finding. So.
All right. So. There we go. I've accepted your invite, sir.
Hooray.
All right, everybody. Well, welcome to the Casus Belli show, May 20 something, 8th, right? May 28th edition?
28th. Yes. 7 days after the 21st when we last did this.
I was off work yesterday. I don't know what day it is.
You just can't even with you sometimes.
Yeah, well, them's the breaks.
He's Nemes, I'm Bob, and this is the Casus Belli show. I hope you're all doing well on this Memorial Day weekend that's coming up.
Yeah,
At least everyone is in the States today, anyway. I understand that's not exactly celebrated
not a global
outside
thing.
the U.S. Not a global thing.
Merry holiday. Only people in one country celebrate.
The hell with the rest of you. No,
Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, we're gonna play some MechWarrior Online today while we bull BS. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on Twitch anymore. Yeah, we're gonna BS around different stuff. So, you want to kick it off, or do you want to? Well, why don't you kick it off and wrap it up with your announcement about Monday?
Sure. So Monday being Memorial Day, May 30th, I am going to be streaming all day. Well, as all day as I can anyway, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern, in honor of our veterans for Memorial Day. It's going to be a charity stream specifically for Wounded Warrior Project, which I'll have a link on my stream available for people to go to donate. I'm not going to be handling any money myself, so if anyone tells you I'm going to be handling any money, they're full of it. I don't believe them. If they give you a donate link that's not an official like Wounded Warrior one, don't follow it.
Yeah, it's a great cause,
it is. And I feel regardless of whatever your politics might be, because that's a big complaint I've heard, which is I don't support our troops. It's like, well, I mean, don't think of it as
do you punch those people?
I'm too nice of a guy to do that, but I feel like someone who's had like arms or legs blown off or is dealing with PTSD, I feel like it might be okay to help them out a little bit, given that they signed up to serve our country. I feel like that's an okay thing to do.
Yeah, I'm disturbed that it needs to come to that. It needs to be considered an okay thing.
Yeah, well, it takes all types, Nems.
We're searching quite a lot here.
We are. I'll give it another second here before it actually goes and does stuff.
So
what are you up to on Memorial Day? You gonna do like a cookout or anything, or you gotta work?
No, I don't have to work. We haven't really decided yet. We're kind of playing this weekend by ear. I've been working so much and traveling and doing all sorts of stuff that I'm not even worried about the planning portion of it. I'm sure I will grill this weekend, because why wouldn't I? I'm hoping the storms stay away. I haven't even checked the weather. But yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of that, and then the Burker guys are gonna do some streams, and I think we're probably gonna kick off. We're either gonna kick off our Minecraft series or the new season of Ark this weekend, from a recording perspective. As we
you guys just started a Minecraft server, didn't you?
Yeah, so we just started the server. We've been working on setup to kind of get prep for the series, but we've also just started a brand new Ark server using a new map called the Center, which is an amazing map for anybody who plays Ark. And so we're kind of in prep mode there as well. But I think we're pretty far along in preps on both. So we just need to gather enough of the guys this weekend to get kind of a first session recording done. And then those are two of the series that we think are going to be kind of front and center here in the next 30 days is both the Minecraft and the Ark series. The Minecraft is an Infinity Evolved server that we just threw up, and thanks to Kick. And then he's also hosting our Ark server, the Center server. And we enjoy that because honestly, it's a good way to get a bunch of our people and then our contributors, kind of the main Burker content creators, and then also the all of our contributors into a single thing for a series. What in the world is going on with the search thing?
I don't know. You have a medium mech, right?
Yeah, I have a medium. You have a light. I don't know why that would be an
why
issue.
Are we? You'd think they'd want us.
Yeah. Very strange. So yeah, so in here, let me switch mechs. I'll switch to a different medium, maybe, or I could switch to an assault. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, let's see if that helps.
Welcome to Bob and Nemes Sit in Line.
Yeah, love me some lobby. In gaming news, it just I don't know how much you've kept up, but I was seeing some stuff on Facebook today. No Man's Sky has been delayed, so it was kind of everybody was expecting it to come out literally in June, which is weeks away or days away, depending on when they were going to release it in June. And then there was some news articles here recently that it's going to be pushed to July or possibly even August. Which seems...
Well, to catch everybody up, No Man's Sky, that's the one where you are flying through the universe, which is procedurally generated. It's supposed to be a massively multiplayer online game, right?
Yeah, and it's they call it like an infinite universe because even the galaxy is procedurally generated, so there's really not a limitation to how big it can be. And so the planets are procedurally generated, the solar systems are procedurally generated, the animals are procedurally generated, the galaxy, like everything in the game, that's its like claim to fame, right? Everything in the game is procedurally generated, so the scale that they can have, since it's all basically just math under the hood, instead of like a lot of game worlds are kind of hand sculpted. This is more like it's all math, so there's never, they didn't need artists to do every world. They just needed artists to kind of build some basic building blocks.
Get a few assets out there.
Exactly. And
so what's the delay for?
I haven't heard what the delay is for yet. They just announced that there will be a delay. So I don't know if that's a testing bug or if they ran into some major issues, but
now is it pre-order only, or is it one of those ones where you can do early access?
I believe it's pre-order only. I've not seen any early access announcements for that game.
I see.
So do we need to try something different here?
Oh. It says 12% light, 12% medium, 40% heavy, 32% assault.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on.
Is there another way to search for games other than quick play?
Well, there's the faction warfare.
And that'll be too much, I think, honestly. Let me back down to another medium, and we'll try one more time, because I don't... if we can't get into a game, we're going to have problems.
Well, yeah. I kind of wish they would state what exactly the delay is about,
Yeah, I agree.
That's frustrating, because I know... Like Hearts of Iron 4 is a good example of a delay that had purpose, right? They came out and said, yeah, we need more time to work on this game. We need more time to polish this up. Here's their deficiencies. Here's what we need to do with it. I think that was after there was some people got an early, this is almost a year ago, I think, at this point, because it was supposed to come out about a year ago already. So Hearts of Iron 4 has already been in development for a long time. Some people have gotten their hands on it, I think, anyway, and said this isn't done, and Paradox was like, you know what, you're right, this isn't done. we need more time with this.
Yeah, I honestly prefer games that do at least some sort of a beta or an alpha group, at least of some size, because I think the issue that a lot of games find when they do their launches without it is they run into scaling problems very quickly. And sometimes that stress test, weekend or stress test week can really help that last 30 to 60 days from a developmental perspective.
Yeah, totally.
Well, this is...
You guys have been playing a lot of Siege lately, haven't you?
We have. So, Bird Crew's up to 5 guys, kind of consistently, and then we've got a couple other guys who might be joining us soon. It's one of the few games we all have, including some of our kind of contributors who aren't part of the primary Bird Crew group. Hey! And so we've... what do you want to vote for? You're voting for Canyon? And so we've been playing a lot of it for 2 reasons. One, because we all have it, and so it's kind of fun to get, a full group of 5 people playing that game. And we're also trying to get into some of the multiplayer stuff, which we did on a stream last night, which was pretty hilarious. Internet rage being what it is, and the hilarious smack talk that people try to do. And the funny part is, when people
Oh, still. Hello? Hello? Still with me, Nems? Nems. Oh, now he's calling me on Skype. Hello, hello? Nems? Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me on Skype. Hello? That's no good. We're having a few technical difficulties here.
Interesting.
Into Discord. Looks like his Discord might have disconnected. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well,
Oh, there he is.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Apparently I had to disconnect and reconnect for you to hear me while I'm in game. Very strange.
Do you have Discord on your phone?
Yes.
I know sometimes my phone likes to randomly log on to.
Oh no, this is very specifically when the game enters the combat mode on this game, my Discord turns off.
Huh, that's no good.
It's very specific to this one game, and it's very specific to right after you load into the actual game. It's so bizarre. Alright, so this was not the mech I intended to be playing in, so now I have to kind of say, oh yeah, what am I doing? I'm short range guy now. Could you stop shooting a laser in front of me, whoever you are? So yeah, it'll be hopefully now that we know things work again, next game I'll probably go ahead and do uh-oh, you're being shot at. I'll probably do my my long range mech.
New target acquired.
Oh god, shooting PPCs at me. That's really scary as a locust.
Warning,
Incoming missile. Owie, owie. Incoming missiles.
Missile.
Ooh, keep going back. Oh wow. All those missiles they just fired at me, missed. That was awesome.
Yeah. Poke, 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 poke. Do we have LRMs in our team? Maybe.
Target acquired.
Yes, we do. We definitely do. Because I'm getting some spy
alright.
assists. I'm seeing the LRMs fly down from the sky at the enemy right now. But they're all on this side, so I don't know what side you're on.
Acquired.
But
I would be on your left, on the other side of the canyon there. Whoop,
Oh
whoop, whoop,
boy.
whoop.
New target acquired.
Oh boy.
Warning incoming.
Kind of trying to spot some of these mechs.
Woo! Oh boy, did you see that just miss me? Holy crap.
I did not.
Oh no! Here they come! Oh dude, these missiles, I just keep barely dodging them. Barely. Alright, I accidentally got rid of my, Alright, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I accidentally got rid of my chats while I was trying to figure out what's going on.
Oops.
How are we doing here? We're doing okay.
New target acquired.
Ah!
Is there a zoom button? There is. Oh boy. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurts
God.
even worse.
Incoming missile.
Run.
Warning incoming missile.
Oh boy. I am all kinds of damaged. Anyhow, so what we were talking about? We were talking about Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, so what we're trying to do more is try to get the same games together.
Destroyed.
And so Rainbow Six Siege was kind of the first one we did that. Minecraft is another one we have. I don't know that everybody has
New target.
Arc yet, but we're probably working on that front. And then, oops. Try not to hit you while you run around them. And then Stellaris we did that with. which is cool. I'm pretty excited about that. But
Target destroyed.
a lot of us have Overwatch, not everybody.
Is that any good?
It's a very different type of game, right? So it is a fast-paced kind of actiony game. It's fun. Like it's still new, so we'll see how it all works out.
Because I see like the advertising for it and stuff, and I can't help but think to myself that we have gone through this dance in 2007 with Team Fortress 2. Is the vibe that I get and I see from it when I'm just seeing like the videos for it and the advertising for it. It's got the a bunch of pretty lights on it. It's a team-oriented thing with classes and all that. That's the vibe I'm getting off of it. Am I correct in kind of making that comparison? Or
it's probably not 100% accurate. It is in a sense, but I'd say the game modes are a little bit more interesting. The characters are, there's 20 characters in that. So there's 4 primary quote-unquote classes, but they're really like groups classes. There's like the defense group has people that do building of turrets. They also have snipers. They also have, like all these other, there's a lot of variation within the types of class. So I think that it's got more to it than that, but
I'm not trying to downplay the game or anything like
perspective. So from a like speed of play arcade style, yes, it is a fast-paced, run and gun, arcadey style shooter compared to like Rainbow Six Siege, which is a much more of a come in strategically and try not to ever get shot by anything. Completely different speed level.
I gotcha. I'm not trying to denigrate the game or put it down in any way. It just kind of looked like it looked to me like it was just a lot like Team Fortress 2. It's great that it sounds like it's a different game altogether, because I would hope that Blizzard would make something original, as they have a tendency to do.
Yeah, so far I'm happy with the game. Whether playability long term is obviously impossible to read right now, but so far so good. I've only had it for a couple days, but I've enjoyed myself playing it, and it does kind of that classic have a bunch of different skins and tags and voice stuff just to have some variability to the characters. But I enjoy it because it works. It works in the sense that you have lots of different play styles, right? Like there's usually 5 or 6 different types of characters that you need on a team. So that's good at least. There's definitely some adjustments that need to be made. There's a couple of OP characters, like one of the characters, Bastion, which is basically a robot gun turret. He's stupid OP right now, but oh god, not the violence.
Now it's a box game that you buy for like $50, right?
Yeah, it's like oh, you're leaving? Yeah. Okay. Bye, sweetie. Give me a kiss. See you later. Have fun.
Nems, I know they hang out a lot, but I don't want to kiss you.
I love you, Bob. No, so anyway, yeah, it's I think it's $40 for the regular version, and then $50 for like the deluxe version, which I think gives you like some skin.
Oh, we're loading into a game, so Nems is probably going to drop again here. Everyone stand by. Hopefully he'll come back. Well, we will in the future try to find a more
a game that
better
doesn't suck so much.
Stuff. Yeah,
from a voice perspective. From
I don't know
Discord
why
compatibility. I don't know. That's weird.
It's just you, because I haven't had an issue so far.
It's
you're running like admin mode, right?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's now I know how to fix it. It's not a big deal. I just need to, scroll over, disconnect, and reconnect. So it's only like a 10 or 20 second thing now that I understand what's causing the issue.
Gotcha. So there's 2 versions of Overwatch. There's the $40 regular, then there's a $50 like collector's deluxe edition.
It's like Origins edition. Yeah, it's a bunch of cosmetic stuff basically. So
now, is there like a microtransaction shop in there for skins and stuff, or do you earn that stuff?
You earn a lot of it. You might be able to buy some of it. I haven't even looked into that yet, to be honest with you. I've been trying to learn the game so much. What's in the world is happening here?
What's wrong?
Oh, finally. I was like, it seemed like we were kind of paused in there and not making progress on the load screen because some of their guys were not connected or disconnected or whatever.
All the better to hunt them with.
Mm-hmm. Get back to my chats.
So this is definitely a long-range map, so I hope you brought your long guns with you.
I did, actually.
Hooray! Because I didn't. I had a bunch of small pulse lasers.
What are you?
I'm a Jenner with some small pulse lasers, which is a light mech.
Oh, yeah, you're a light mech. Your job is to spot them and run like hell.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to hit the things you spot.
That's right.
And actually, this mech on this map's probably a decent fit because I have those extended range lasers as well.
Running a trebuchet?
Yeah, the trebuchet, and this is a cold map, so from a heat management perspective, it shouldn't be too bad. I need to wait for everybody to catch up. The problem is I'm a medium, so I'm fast, but I'm also not. I'm also fragile, so I need to not just like run far ahead. Yeah, this map is like an LRM fest.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm glad people are having fun with Overwatch because, like I said, I was concerned that it was just going to be kind of a TF2 clone, and that, or at least right now, people are having fun with it. I guess we'll see what happens in a few months.
Yep.
So I know the Division was extraordinarily a big disappointment, at least for me.
Yeah, I felt like a lot of people were expecting a lot more of that and got nothing, or not nothing, but got it just. I didn't even buy the game because after watching for a while, I was like, I don't know about this one, and then everyone kind of was like, eh.
Well, I really enjoy the gameplay of the Division. What was making it really hard to keep going in it was I didn't experience much of this myself, but there's a lot of reports of hacking and glitching in the Dark Zone, which is a PvP-enabled area.
Right.
And, as soon as somebody figures out how to do that kind of stuff and be able to do, like, say, hide behind a piece of cover and shoot through that cover to kill you when there's supposed to be no bullet penetration with that cover, little things like that kept popping up. So
now it's no longer a fun game.
Right.
And that's unfortunate, but...
And then there's also kind of there was their free content update with what was supposed to be kind of a higher tier kind of, it was not quite raid content, I would say, because you still had the same number of players, but 4-player harder dungeon content essentially, right? But it was bugged to shit, so they disabled all the rewards for it for a real long time while they tried to fix it, and no one ended up playing it because it's like, well, why would I bother doing this if I'm not getting anything out of it?
Yep.
A lot of stuff like that. And then also, just playing the same content over and over and over only gets to be, really so fun for so long.
Target acquired.
So I don't blame anybody for their dislike for the Division at this time. What I am looking forward to is that Ghost Recon Wildlands, though, which I think that that will be a much better title for the purposes of Ubisoft's development.
Acquired.
Agreed.
Because Ubisoft likes to, make games that are a third-person, cover shooter variety, right? I think that with that realism style that they, pseudo realism style, I should say, that they like to produce. I think that lends better to co-op play than adversarial play a lot of the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the issue in general is, like, it's sometimes really hard to do multiplayer right. Like, I feel like single-player, computer-controlled AI stuff, it's easier to give them that, positive experience there. But the multiplayer balance just takes a lot of work, and either you put it in or you haven't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd agree.
Target acquired.
I am going to go run back and capture their base.
Ooh, ow. Mama, that hurt.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Enemy base is being captured.
Enemy base is being captured. Man, they got a lot of ECM over there because I can't hold the lock to save my life.
New target acquired.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
What's up?
I'm just running for my life. This other clan general over there, or command general, has large lasers, and
Acquired.
it's kind of a pain to try to outrun.
Alright.
However, I am keeping like 3 of their mechs occupied, so that's pretty awesome.
Destroyed.
Yeah, we're pushing pretty hard here.
Target destroyed.
Nice.
New target acquired.
I just killed a guy.
Very cool.
Oops, sorry, buddy.
This Raven with streaks is trying so hard.
New target acquired.
Alright, time to work on this another guy. See ya!
Oh, did he give up? He gave up.
Bye, kiddo. Sorry, my family's leaving. Okay, kiddo. She'll see me when she gets back.
Target destroyed.
Alright.
New target.
This has been a pretty good little series here we've had.
Target destroyed.
Nice.
The
Nice
hunter
job.
has become the hunted.
New target acquired.
Get him! Get him! Nice.
Target destroyed.
Target destroyed. One left.
New target acquired.
Oh, there he is. He's just out of range.
25%. Enemy base is being captured.
Here, come here. Get him.
So what else? What else is going on? From a serious thing, are you still pretty much like EU4, Stellaris, or have you introduced anything new kind of yet, or it's hoy when that comes
Well,
later?
I actually stopped doing a standalone Stellaris series, and that was mostly due to the fact that it's really solo Stellaris is kind of boring. I'm just gonna say it. You know, once you get to the mid game, it's just like now I'm waiting for the end game crises to happen. You know, a lot of the time, unless you have a very specific ambition to go out and conquer the galaxy, which I don't a lot of the time. You know, because it's such a tedious process, really, frankly, to be just continuing to blow people up or to continue to you know, fight things. You know exactly how it's going to go because you know exactly how the AI operates. It wasn't very hard to get that figured out.
Right.
You know, so I'm reserving that for multiplayer, which I'm actually going to be starting my multiplayer campaign today at 6 o'clock Eastern.
Nice.
Which if you want to participate in that, anybody who's listening, make sure you sign up in the YouTube comments. So, you know,
Nice.
Stellaris I think is a better multiplayer game because of the fact that there's not enough game element there to support good single player gaming. Now, if people are happy with it, that's fine. I'm not going to knock them for enjoying the game. That's fine. That's totally their thing. I feel, having been, you know, now raised on a very steady diet of EU3 and now Hearts of Iron 3 more recently, you know, Stellaris isn't doing it for me. It's not providing me with the same sort of challenge I would get out of, say, like EU4 as far as a single player game goes. Now, will that change? Probably. You know, Paradox has got a pretty good track record of releasing DLCs that definitely enhance the game as you move forward.
Well,
yeah, that's going to be.
I think
that's going to be sounding the line.
Part of what I wish, I hope, you know, Paradox, if you're listening, things that I would like to see done in future is part of what makes EU4 and some of those other things interesting is it's not a level playing field. I would almost like it to where there was sort of a way to have a mid-game start. You know, if you think about EU4, you can start all these different timelines, right? Well, what if I could start as a small, maybe like you know how you can, how during the game, some of the lower technology species can suddenly become a species that has a, you know, spacefaring, and they become part of the game. I would almost like it to where I could fast forward 20, 30 years in, and you become that, you know, small 1 or 2 system guy, and maybe the rest of the universe has already started to flesh itself out. Because it's that even playing field factor, I think, that kind of keeps you from having some of that that look and feel that you get from EU4 and Hoi and everything. Because, you know, it's when everyone starts on a level playing field, the player is always going to win by a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's like the advanced AI start stuff you can set up.
Yeah, but it's not quite the same, you know.
No, I would agree. I would agree.
So I'm hoping that's something that they figure out later is going to be an important piece of the puzzle, because I think that would add a lot of depth to the game. And, you know, the hard part's going to be like, how do you manage to keep them being crazy tech variants or whatever. But, you know, I think some later, because the other part is honestly like, and this isn't a huge knock on the game, but once you've done that early game start a few times, it's not that exciting.
Well, yeah, because, you know, you're just going through the motions at that point.
I gotta explore. I gotta hit the science thing. I gotta, you know, go colonize.
Ready to restart? You ready to restart Discord?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Let's see if it keeps going.
So yeah, you go through that early game, right? Can you hear me still?
Mm-hmm.
Where, you know, you basically you explore, you science vessel, you colonize, you drop some outposts. It's the same thing every time, and it's not. The conflict and the diplomacy, to me, is what made games like EU4 and some of those other things fun. And I'm not saying that. And I understand, right? Like, you can't say, hey, this is the exact equivalent of an EU4. But, you know, like, that's part of what's always been my issue with 4Xs is, to your point, unless there's like 8 or 10 players, once you learn the game well enough, you're going to kick the crap out of the AI almost every time.
Yeah.
It's like when I was playing Master of Orion early on, I was like, oh, hey, this should be great. And then I played it, and I was like, I conquered the galaxy with very little effort. I was like, oh, well, that's not fun. So, you know, we're going to do hopefully a multiplayer of that, and that'll be a whole different experience. But to your point, right, we've stopped releasing single-player Stellaris content as well. We currently have a multiplayer game where there's 4 of us playing, and we're all right next to each other so that we have to fight each other fairly quickly. But I think that's the only time that Stellaris, frankly, is going to make good YouTube until some of the DLCs start to come out.
Yeah, that I would agree. As far as EU4 goes, I finished off my Poland series just because I got to that point where it was, you know, I'm such a monster now. There's nothing that could stand in my way, you know, between just, you know, conquering the rest of Europe. And actually started a Portugal series, which that's been very different. Castile seems to have a propensity for getting its ass kicked in the latest patch, or series of patches anyway. I don't know why. Really?
In my Good Emperor campaign, my Austria playthrough, where I try to be the Good Emperor, Castile actually, when the Burgundian inheritance fired, it was France and Castile that split the lands. So
oh, really?
Castile is all up in, you know, former Burgundy lands in that game, which is very interesting. But yeah, that's the one thing I do like about Stellaris that I hope they eventually port over to some of the other games, is that concept of late game crises to make that less boring, right? Because to your point, in EU4, once you're big enough, you just stop playing because the game's boring. But, you know, that's when you should have those late game crises to make it more challenging to hold on to those big empires, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they take some of the lessons learned from. Whoa, hello. That's a whole lot of bad guys. Oops, sorry.
The game has very, very solid bones. We need meat on those bones. Is what we need.
Oh, I agree, 100%. I mean, and honestly, as a initial launch, I was very, very pleased with it. So I don't want to misconstrue that I'm unhappy with the game, because that's certainly not the case. I think the problem for Paradox in general is the bars are just set real high, you know?
New target acquired.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Where they're flanking the crap out of us right now.
New target acquired.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Let me out, let me out, let me out. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, like I said, they're flanking the crap out of us.
Torso critically damaged. Warning, incoming.
Oh, you know,
missile.
I could probably run that
Incoming
catapult it
missiles.
down.
Run!
Warning, incoming missile.
Man, I'm getting missiled to hell. Alright, we gotta get a flank back on this thing. We gotta envelop them. Now that they've come around us, we've gotta get the upper hand here.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Heat sink destroyed. SRM destroyed.
Hit his arm, hit his right arm.
Right arm destroyed. Medium laser destroyed.
There, his arm's destroyed. Whew. There we go. Whew, that was scary. Well, I mean, we're gonna lose this match horribly, but I'm glad I won a small victory there.
This LRM is trying to shoot missiles at me at point blank range, but you can't do that with LRMs.
Right.
Alright, and I have disabled him. I have cut off both of his arms, and now he can suck it. Leave him as a little stick.
Oh.
I mean, where are you even at? I'll just leave him there. Oop, oop.
Click to spectate. It's a shame because we were on such a run. Like, we had such a couple good games there. Oh, what else is going on? We talked about Overwatch, talked about Rainbow Six. I'll be curious to see how long we're on the Minecraft version we're on. I found it fascinating. So one of the communities that plays with us, they're actually like a Minecraft community that we do some work with IHawk, and they were telling me that I guess 1.8 and 1.9 happened so fast on Minecraft that the modding community has decided to skip 1.8 altogether. So they're just modding 1.9 now. So there's going to be this huge gap between 1.7 and 1.9 from a time perspective, and the community that we work with, they're actually doing their own mod packs now, which I think is kind of cool that that's even a thing, right? Like I hope more and more games come to realize that the modding community can really add so much life to a game. Like Paradox, I think, gets that to some degree. What happened?
Speaking of mods, did you see the the controversy around the whites only mod for Stellaris?
So what?
Okay, so there was a mod, and I don't know all the particulars in the mod, but what the mod did was it made it so that you could have only white phenotypes for humans.
Oh god!
And it introduced a name list that was, I think, German, maybe. I think again, I didn't look too closely into the mod. And Paradox specifically got rid of the mod. There's you can't do that.
Interesting.
Which I can't pass judgment one way or the other because I didn't look at the specifics of the mod. I didn't see if the mod was specifically, I think white people should exist only in this, and blacks and Asians are dumb. Like I don't know if that's the case or what. I don't know. But a quick search, like on the Steam Workshop, will reveal that there are several mods that do just white phenotypes only, and some of them white male only.
Wow.
As far as the phenotypes go, so read into that what you will about that.
Huh.
What I'm kind of on the fence about is Paradox removing mods.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which way to go with that one.
It's a slippery slope, but it's also really weird that they even did that.
What's her name? I have her on Twitter. Let me just go see if I can find her real quick. I just started following her because of all this business, just to see what would happen next.
I don't know. It's a slippery slope. I get
Susanna Graham. So she was the one who she's an exec at Paradox, and what she had done was she had cited their rules and guidelines, of behavior and code of conduct, all that stuff. Now I did read that, and it actually applies to their forums. It doesn't actually mention anywhere anything about third-party modifications for games. So I don't know what the precedent is that's being used for this, and I don't know if there will be a precedent at all, or anyone's going to care about it really that much necessarily. So I don't know. I don't know enough of the details to be able to, like I said, pass judgment or form a true opinion on it. What I am a little from a purely author standpoint, I think it's not cool for the company to say you can't do this mod. I'm not familiar with a case where that's ever occurred before.
Yeah, because obviously,
racist
if that were
not,
the case, there's a lot of. Here's the problem, right? The problem is not that I think it's stupid that you would even need to make a mod like that. Make German names and say, hey, this is, Germany went to space and it started, whatever, that's fine. Why you need to change the racial look of everyone seems silly to me, because most countries are multi-ethnic, and hundreds of years from now will be further so. But the problem is that it's such a slippery slope, right? Because if you think Fallout 4 was had a lot of mods, right? Do you?
Tons.
Because here's the thing: once you started doing that, now you're going to be judged by the mods you don't take out. So okay, you took out this mod, but you didn't take out the mod where they put in a topless character, or a character in a bikini, right? So
Once you Discord,
son of a biscuit. All right, I'm back.
All right, he's back.
My point was, so once you start choosing mods, you have to choose all the mods, right? So okay, you chose to take out that mod, but what about the mod that has the people in bikinis, or they have only men or only women, right? Now you're applying your moral views to your mod community, and to me that's just a dangerous precedent to set, because now you have to police everything, or everyone's going to judge you by the mods you don't take away.
Right, and that would be pretty good summation of my thoughts on it as well, because now I'm eagerly awaiting to see what's going to happen to all these other kind of white phenotype mods that are out there that are available on the Steam Workshop. What's going to happen next? That's exactly why I started following these people on Twitter. It's just what's going to happen next? It's like internet and drama unfolding. It's one of those moments where you just grab popcorn and you're just like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Again.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can. Where did I get cut off?
No, I heard you all the way. So, so the moral of the story, though, is now what I would imagine you're going to see some modders who are going to push the envelope just for that exact reason. Hey, because you decided you were making a moral judgment on a mod, we're now going to make it even harder for you, because that's how the internet works. The internet gets enraged by any sort of trimming of the freedom of their people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to some degree, rightly so, right? It's coming from the U.S. I despise generally any sort of censorship on an internet forum style setup. I know there's there's exceptions to every rule, but they need to be exceptions and not norms.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, that's kind of where like we as a society have come, is where we're getting to the point now where people see the need to police people's thought, and that's just such a frightening thing. And I honestly think that the internet is the best enemy, or the worst enemy, and the best friend on that front, right? Because there are some places where that's just, you know, the worst thing that could possibly happen, and that people will cause pain and horror for anyone who tries to curb those things. But at the same time, it's also the horn that people use to try to curb people's thoughts. So, you know, because they use things like Twitter and things like that to say, "Oh, yeah, you can't do things like that." There's an ECM boat right behind you, trying to chase him off.
Shoe fly, don't bother me.
I think that's you. I can't tell.
I'm in a Jaeger mech with a digital blue kind of camo look.
I am feeling very alone over here, so I'm gonna collapse back into the main party here. The one thing I've noticed is a lot of people tend to cluster up in this game.
Safety numbers.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, it also allows to be flanked very easily. Oh, wow. I got wrecked. Not even a little bit. Like, I just got annihilated. Click to spectate. But anyway, that's kind of a thing that I've been really paying attention to lately. Is just kind of that whole process of censorship and thought policing, and it's a weird thing in our society right now, because you know, I fear that based on the actions of the younger generation, that's going to get worse. This concept that you protest to shut down speech instead of protest to, to say you don't agree with it. That's an alarming trend, at least in the United States. And I've heard in Europe, in Britain, I was talking to a friend the other day. He said, you know, they don't really do that. They just ban people from university so that they never get to that point where it's protesting. I'm like, oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with that either. That idea, because isn't it supposed to be controversy that makes society move forward?
Well, exactly, right. I mean, that's part of what.
That's what I was taught in school, anyway. You know.
Right. Yeah, the era of safe spaces and all that stuff just scares the living crap out of me.
Target acquired.
So I'm hoping the internet will help combat that, but we'll see. The internet's become a really scary way. The internet, the way I describe it often, it's like a strainer. It makes everything more extreme, right? Like every problem is worse. Every mistake someone makes is amplified. It's just a weird thing.
No, sure, absolutely. Stop shooting that Stormcrow. He's got nothing on it. He's got no guns. No, you just wasted a bunch of time on it.
Well, we've got 3 guys to their 10. So this game
4 to their 9.
Yeah,
it's all good. It's fine. We got this.
3 on 9. So we're done.
Yeah, I've got a number of friends who are kind of in that boat where it's they're kind of I would say, you know, in the PC culture where they're kind of about that, you know, safe space kind of stuff, I would say. Which I tended to keep quiet about my opinions on it, really, frankly, because I already know just kind of where that road leads to, you know, or I can see where that road leads to, which is a very authoritarian sort of, you know, view on the world, which I'm not really cool with, frankly, you know, and I think it comes down more to personal choice, which is if you don't like what someone's saying, you have a couple of options. You can debate them in said issue, or you can just not listen to them.
Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly at what point that concept that you just mentioned started to lose hold. Like the idea.
Because I'm right all the time, Nems. God.
No, the idea that you are not you are not forced. Is this really happening? This guy's just going to shut down in the corner?
This guy's my hero.
But no, just the idea that that somehow you can't just turn it off or not go, or like that you have that choice to just ignore it. That it's your job to go fight that. Literally, like I get it. I support and wholly want people who disagree with things to protest and to disagree and to debate. But there's a line that started to get crossed, and it just, yeah. Oh,
this guy's
back.
my hero. I love this.
He's back. Well, I don't want eight and a half more minutes of this. That's the stream right there. That'll be the end of it. We should probably just exit the match, right?
This is split the match.
Split match. Yes. Because we could probably get one more game in for the end of the episode here.
We can probably get 3 in if we fail hard enough.
Oh, well. Now you're just being too optimistic. Alright, let's see. Do I want to change mechs again? I think I do. Well, I have to, obviously, but I think I want to go back to this guy. Alright. Ready to roll. Roll out.
Autobots.
Are they making any more of those movies?
Transformer movies?
Yeah. Oh, what do you think of Warcraft coming out?
If I was still in the midst of playing World of Warcraft, I might be excited for it. I'm not
terrified
familiar
of
with
it because now a whole bunch of noobs are going to come in and play that game at record pace.
Well, World of Warcraft's a hard game to fuck up, frankly. While you're playing it, at least if you're, I would say, video game competent, like perhaps you and I, which is not to say that's a positive or negative trait at all necessarily. It's just the way it is. There's some people who are more coordinated than others. Sorry everybody. There's some people who are just better at things than you are. And that's fine. And there's going to be some people who are going to get a kick out of the idea of just being able to pick flowers as they run through the fields of Azeroth. And that's fine too. I would say the consequence of World of Warcraft is low. It's very much a game about self-satisfaction. There's at least first came out with, vanilla and then Burning Crusade. It was very much like everyone needs to be on top of their job or we're all going to die. And it was that rush you got when you actually completed the encounter because you had to work as a team is what I get the most enjoyment out of myself. That doesn't really exist, I feel, in World of Warcraft anymore. It's not to play it anymore because of that. Of course, Nemes is probably having to restart Discord because we just loaded into a game. We'll just wait for him to come back. Is he back yet? Hello? Nemes, are you there? Hey, Nemes is still having some issues.
Yeah, Nemes is definitely still having issues.
Well, I'll carry on still anyway. I think I have yet to run into a good video game movie, and I'm not. Hooray, you're back! Did you catch all what I said?
Yeah. Well, most of it, yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I have yet to run into a good video game movie, and I'm anticipating from World of Warcraft, and this was actually kind of confirmed a little bit with because critics and reviewers actually got a hold of it and got to see it before the rest of us did, as is typically the case, is that it's a kind of a standard fantasy romp, is what it is, with characters that lack any sort of depth. So I think the game will have a lot of the movie will have a lot of references to the game that only people who've played the game will get and understand. But as a movie, I don't think it's going to be a very good movie on its own. I think it's built and designed for the purposes of hey, here's a movie based on this game you all love, come enjoy it. And those people will probably enjoy it because of all the references inside of it and stuff.
Right.
But like I as a standard moviegoer will probably be like, this isn't that exciting. I imagine it will probably be graded as such. Now, there's such a huge player base for World of Warcraft that I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think it will still be a successful movie just because there are just so many people. It's millions and millions of people that play World of Warcraft, crying out loud.
Oh, yeah. We've given up our flank again. Didn't want that flank anyway.
Target acquired.
I'm probably still going to go see it in the theaters because I know my wife likes World of Warcraft quite a bit. So,
we try not to hold that against her.
Target acquired.
Yeah, they're completely flanking us again. Yeah, I was funny because I saw Yogscast did like a little combo, like a little promo thing where it's like, yeah, we're gonna invite Yogscast people to be in the movie, right? Because we want it to be authentic, blah blah blah, and so like they show up on the set and they're talking and they're like, all right, let's try this out, and like Lewis starts yelling, 30 level mage looking for group, and
well, yeah, that's what I recall a lot of my time being spent, in World of Warcraft was like standing in town and waiting for a queue to pop, or if you want to go way back is like, you're standing around in town shouting at the top of your lungs, like, I'm looking for a group for a dungeon, that's what I remember that was prominently in my mind, as of late anyway.
And that was kind of the fun they were poking at, right? Like, oh yeah, I have a mage, and then he's like, Duncan's like, log off. And then he like sits down on the ground and he's like, I'm back, I'm a mage. It's like, yeah. It's like, yes, that would catch the essence of the game, much more so than any of this movie is going to. Oh man, I am way out on my own, which is probably a bad idea.
There's an assault mech just hanging out here on its own.
Oh yeah,
in the midst of our group.
Are you destroying it?
Well, a whole group of us just like trounced on it. It's just like, what are you doing out here, dude?
Silly man.
Poor little Kodiak just like wandered in there. It was just like, herp a derp, I'm gonna do the thing.
Alright, flanking maneuver initiated.
Target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired.
No, not El Diablo.
No, etc.
New target acquired.
Woo. That was scary. I'm scared. I'm all alone. I'm all out of something. Cover.
Enemy base is being captured.
Oh boy, oh boy. They found me. I got like 15 free shots on them, and then they're like, whoa, 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 that's not going to go on any longer.
Warning, incoming missile. Left torso critical damage. Destroyed. Warning, incoming missile. Right torso critical damage. Left torso destroyed. Center torso.
Oh boy. Cause of death. Engine destroyed. All right.
There we go. I bit the dust.
That's the wrap, everybody. Shall we? While we're watching these guys wrap up, you want to go ahead and do your wrap plugs, and I'll do my wrap plugs, and then we'll call it an episode.
Absolutely. So you can find me in 2 places. I am on YouTube at Maniacal Studios Gaming and on Twitch at RJ Collins. I do quite a bit of streaming now through the week. I'm actually going like every other day, almost every day now. I'm starting to do streams and stuff just because I have the time to do it. So you're welcome to come join me. I've also have a publicly available Discord, which you can find all the links for on my channel. Not on Twitch, unfortunately, which I have to change. I really have to change that. I got to put those links there. You can also follow me on Twitter, RJC Foxtrot, RJC _ Foxtrot, if you want to find any quote unquote words of wisdom from me during the day that are randomly to be out there. I also put a lot of updates on there too. And that's me. How about you, Nems?
Cool. So Nems from Burker Studios. You can find us on YouTube or Twitch. If you're on either channel watching, you can get the links from your respective place that you're at now. We also do have a public Discord, as mentioned by Bob. We've got a separate one, but we're in each other's, so you can talk to us pretty much anywhere. Yeah, that link is, and it should be in on the YouTube here, but it's also on the Twitch channel as well. We encourage you guys to join us there, because essentially what we're trying to do is really just kind of build a community where, obviously we can interact with anybody who does view our content, but also so that you guys can interact with each other, and we're trying to foster some multiplayer games with with our community. So please join us on Discord.
A lot of which does happen. Like, those guys are playing Rainbow Six Siege and Minecraft. I play a lot of Paradox strategy titles, multiplayer. Chances are you'll be able to get a game going with somebody.
Exactly. And then, check us out on both YouTube and Twitch, and feel free to comment, like, and subscribe as accordingly. And have a great Memorial Day weekend if you're in the U.S., and just have a great weekend if you're somewhere else out there on the globe.
See you, everybody.